tool in comparison with Selenium. So guys, in UI automation, these are the tools which are very popular in the market. Okay, Selenium, HP QTP, that is now UFT, Appium for mobile app automation, Fitnesse, TestPlant, Test Complete, TOSCA is coming up really very great these days. Ranarex has just implemented Selenium itself. Okay, self-test, Waltir. So limitations like Ruby you have to use. Rational functional test, SOAtest. So there are many automation tools in the market today. Okay, but of course it depends which one is popular. It is always depends on that. So we'll be seeing the two most popular tools, the difference between two most popular tools in this world, that is Selenium and second one is QTP. So these are the two most popular automation in the market. And we'll see the difference between both of them. So yes, Anjani, so I have worked on Ranarex, which is a paid, but it is not that highly expensive. I have worked on Appium, this is a free tool. I have worked on QTP, it's a paid tool. Selenium, it is a free tool again. Test Complete, yes, it costs a bit. TOSCA is again, it is costing a bit. Waltir is again open source. I don't know about self-test, TestPlant, Fitnesse, and SOAtest. I'm not sure about these two, whether they are chargeable or not. Rational functional test is from IBM, so that's also a paid tool. Okay, here we go. So this is the comparison between QTP and Selenium, that is record and playback. Selenium can do the recording and playback. QTP can also do, of course. Ease of execution with Selenium, you can easily execute it. With QTP also you can do. Language support, Selenium can automate. Selenium can use multiple languages. You can use any language, whichever you are comfortable with. You can pick Java, C#, PHP, Perl, Python, Ruby, etc. But we are working with Java as of now. With QTP, you have to use VB script. Browser support, it can automate almost every browser. With QTP, you can automate 3 browsers, that is IE, Chrome, and Firefox. Chrome is not mentioned here. Environment support, Selenium is developed in Java. It's an open source tool. It's an API, so it can run on any operating system, where Java is supported. QTP can only run on Windows. Support for various applications, so Selenium can only automate web, but QTP can automate desktop as well as web. Selenium integration with ALM, it's partial. With QTP, it's also partial, and people have moved out from ALM. That's what I have seen. If you are not aware what ALM is a test management tool. Tool cost, it is free. With QTP, it's licensed and annual maintenance fees. Obviously, QC is quality center. It is it's an older version of ALM. And Sumi says, is there any add-on or API that can be integrated with Selenium to test desktop application? So Sumi, for desktop application, we will be going to see AutoIT. That's what we'll be going to see. And we'll be seeing that how we can automate desktop task and can integrate it with Selenium. But there is APIs coming actually. Okay, I could not recall the name of those APIs, but yes, there are certain APIs which are not from Selenium itself, which are from third-party source, and those APIs can be used to automate desktop applications as well. But AutoIT is the one which is most famous as of now. Other APIs is not much famous, that's why I'm not heard of them. Means I could not recall them. But there are other APIs as well. Anjali, ALM and TestLink both are different test management tool. I hope TestLink is a different test management tool. Yes, but same category, correct. So both are the same category, and today a new plugin, or I would say integration, has come up for Zephyr with Jira. So in Zephyr, using Zephyr we manage our test cases, and using Jira we log our test cases, and that's how we use only one tool, that is called as Jira. So people are coming out from ALM, that's what I have seen now. Okay, guys, what do you think? What is the benefit of QTP which is not there with Selenium? You can go through with this and tell me your opinion. That of course, here we talked about Selenium benefits over QTP, but wanted to know what is the benefit of QTP over Selenium. It's for everyone, so waiting for your answer. Okay, everyone said can automate desktop application. Okay, what about any other benefit apart from desktop apps? API testing, you can do that with Selenium as well, Anjali. Object repository, correct. Test reporting, absolutely correct. So what happens, guys, in object repository? Correct, Abhay. Okay. So guys, what happens here in object repository? Those who are not aware about this object repository, what object repository is, let me tell you about that. When you go to Google, you have to automate this. Absolutely important point shared by Vivek, that is technical support. Okay. So, so here, if you have to automate Google, and what you need to do is you need to come to and you need to write something in this search box, and then you have to click on this button. All the button, text boxes, logo, everything what we see on the web page is called as web element. It's called as web element. So what we do, we locate these elements. We locate these elements if we want to automate them. We have to locate them that where these particular text box is placed in this complete page, where this button is placed in this complete page, and that's what we need to do. And when we locate them, we get some path. We get some, I would say, path, or I can say some value, etc. And that's what we'll need to manage. We'll need to maintain. We have to place it somewhere. So for that, we create an object repository and place there that for Google search, this is the path. For Google search button, this is the path. So that's what we need to maintain. Okay. But with QTP, it maintains automatically. That's what I can take it up, of course. Second, test report. So QTP can automatically generate test report. Okay, you automate things and it will generate it. But Selenium can give you much better reports compared to QTP. Much better, because there are many open source libraries, reporting libraries, which you can use with Selenium and can create a good looking report. But with QTP, there is no external integration allowed for the reporting purpose, and that's where it lacks. Technical support, of course, you are paying to HP for the QTP license, and you have to pay every year for the 1 user license or 3 user license, etc. And whenever you have any queries, you can raise it and they will reply you back within 24 hours. With Selenium, it's an open source and there is no technical support. That's where it lacks, and you have to rely on Stack Overflow, or of course Simplilearn forum, or your trainers or your seniors. You have to depend, or you have to rely on them always. But this is my observation, that technical support replies you in 24 hours, and most of the time what I have seen is your query gets resolved in 2 to 3 days. This is what I have observed. Minimum 2 to 3 days I am talking about. It can take maximum to any time. This is what I have seen in case of Ranarex tool. You don't get the reply what you want in the first go. So that's what I have faced. But as I mentioned, in Selenium, you have to rely on open source communities. So there, most of the time you will get the answer of your query. Most of the time, I would say 99% of the cases you will get the reply. But if in case you don't get it and you post it to 4 to 5 forums, you may get the reply very easily, and within 24 hours you may get the reply, because there are a lot of professionals today in the market using Selenium. So you don't need to worry about it, to be precise. This is my observation, that whenever I have any query, I search for that and I get it always. Of course, you will not get the exact code what you are looking for, but yes, you will get a hint and you can create your code yourself. Then you will get the logic, you can create it. Okay, so Sumi says, what is object repository? So we just explain it once again. Yes, Abhay. So we create object repository ourselves. We decide that where we want to manage all our objects, all our web elements. Where do we want to manage them? So sometimes some people manage them in the pages itself, some people manage them in properties file, some people manage them in Excel sheets. So different frameworks, different design patterns, different architecture of frameworks decides where you want to maintain your objects. So what is object repository? Object repository is the place where you store all your web elements, or you can say objects. All these objects, where do you store that? So you can store it in an Excel sheet, you store them in Java classes, you store them in properties file as well. This is my experience. So I have seen maintaining things in all these three places. Some people also maintain them in, XML and JSON. Okay, clear to me? What is object repository?
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.